Hi
Hi
guys,
guys.
welcome back again to the channel and let's get right into today's reaction.
At what point do you figure out if you're going SAS or SBS? What do you think they're looking for when it comes to recruiting SAS guys? When it comes to the selection, are you recruited for SBS, SAS? When did you find out about the Special Air Service?
I knew I found out quite young when I was quite young.
Okay.
So
This is the guy that saved from the Kenya video we saw.
No, don't show your
Greg.
face.
No, they did. Like it was a bit masked, but his face. They showed his face at some point. They rescued over 700 people from
Yeah.
Kenya attack-ish.
as they still are today, they're within newspapers a lot. The Iranian embassy siege happened in 1980. I can't remember that. I would have been 4 years old, but that people say they remember it. I don't remember it. But I'd always heard them being mentioned, and it's still to this day is what people say. It's the magic dust of the country. Oh, they should just send the SAS in to go and get them, or to kill them, or to do this, or to. So that's what the working man is like saying, oh, just send the SAS in, so they'll sort them out.
Wow.
So and then the movie, as mentioned before, Who Dares Wins. I saw that when I was, I think it would have been 11 or 12 years old, which is still, you could argue, too young to see that movie, but I saw it, and in my mind, that's why I was like, I need to be in the SAS. When I joined the army, and when I was in training, and when I never mentioned about joining the SAS. I never openly said it to people. Well, I want to do one thing at a time. I wanted to get in the parachute regiment first. Let's get in the parachute regiment first, and then. So, but in my heart, even when I went into the army recruiting office, and I wanted to, in my mind, I wanted to be in the SAS.
Wow.
You know. What is the... Can you explain a little bit of the difference between SAS and SBS?
There's kind of no real difference.
Really?
They do the same. Well, there's no real difference. One is there's lots of different people will say, oh, what's he saying that for? The selection process is identical. So we do a joint selection.
Okay, so you're mixed in.
Yeah, so you do a joint selection and that, and they're on paper they are the maritime tier 1 special forces element.
Okay,
So
there's not one up here and one. They're equivalent.
they're supposed to be the same. So.
Roger that. Roger that. When it comes to the selection, are you recruited for SBS, SAS?
You volunteer to
You
do
volunteer.
the course. Yeah.
Do you volunteer for what are they? Do they both fall under an umbrella?
You can, if you're in the army, apply to join the SBS, and if you're in the Navy or the Royal Marines, you can apply to join the SAS.
So this is
RAF as well. Yeah.
So this is basically Delta SEAL Team
Yes,
6
yeah.
equivalents.
Yeah.
If correct.
I'm confused with something. Sorry for the push. You said if you're in the army, you can join up for the SBS, while if you're in the Navy, you can join the SAS. And I thought the meaning of SBS is Special Boat Service, and the full meaning of SAS is Special Air Service. Is the name not sounding confusing? Shouldn't the SBS apply from the Navy?
I think there's a mixed up in
Why the SAS apply with the Air
Air
Force?
Forces, yeah.
That's just my thought. I don't really understand because I'm talking about their names.
But in comparison, right? Comparing the Delta SEAL team, like Delta Force and the
Yeah.
SEAL team, I feel like the SAS has been there for a long time. I feel like most of the things in the Delta Force, like, is something they I won't actually say copy from the SAS, right? Because SAS was made during the World War II, 1940-ish era, when the 13 hours are still British.
Yeah.
I think that was when they formed that special crew. And seeing, like he said, Delta, the SEAL team and the Delta Force is equivalent. In my own opinion, I won't actually say equivalent to, because this the SAS has been there for a long time. So majority of the thing the Delta Force or the Navy will be doing is like something they've seen.
The big question we should be
I don't
asking
know.
is which is the first, the SAS or the Navy
the
SEAL?
Air Force, the Air Force.
I don't really know the answer to that, but I'll check it and I'll get back to you on that before I conclude.
Okay.
SBS would be more the Team 6, Delta would
Yes.
be more the SAS.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
And you volunteer, so you put a request in through your unit, that goes to the recruitment cell, and then you have to do some courses, pre-courses to get on selection, and then you go on selection, and it's a 6-month process, and then continuation training after you're badged into your unit. But the continuation training is then separated, so the guys who pass SAS selection do their continuation training in Hereford, and the SBS in Poole, and like that's where they'll do their dive training and things.
Okay.
So,
Do you guys do dive training?
no,
No? All air stuff?
it's just a mix.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What are they looking, what do you think they're looking for when it comes to recruiting SAS guys?
I think being blunt about it is they want people who are physically capable, whatever that means, so robust and fit, like really fit and really robust people. But more importantly, as selection continues, is you need to be able to assimilate information. And time is always precious. In theory, selection should be much longer, but we're sort of cramming a lot of stuff in and trying to test and evaluate. So we want people who can pick up, assimilate information quickly, get told something, put it into practice, and then do the next skill set. So and being able to work with other people is another key requirement. So that's kind of what they're looking for.
Is there a certain type of disposition, attitude, demeanor that they're looking for?
Not what they're looking for. I think people just fall into that category. So,
What is it like? Do they have interviews before you go to the selection?
they didn't when I was,
You just throw your name in the hat, get approved, and you're in.
yeah. Well, yeah, and you do the course, yeah.
Interesting. What is the...
I think
what-
there was no need for interview because according to the SBS we just saw, you have to be in the military for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's no really need for
The interview, they have already seen your work ethic, they have seen your work history, they know how you perform under pressure and how well you perform in a covert
So
operation.
yeah, and to some extent there's already trust because you're in the military, obviously. You've already known a lot of things.
What would you say the culture is like? What is it like when you show up for selection? Are they welcoming? Do they treat you like shit?
No, it's very quiet. It's just people. Again, we're on the borders of what I'm going to talk about and not talk about. But when you turn up selection, it's similar to joining the army again. Everyone's measuring everyone up. From the instructor point of view, they're not saying anything. They're not imposing anything. They don't need to.
Strictly evaluation.
It's just they're not like screaming, shouting, doing whatever. They're part of they don't, like I say, the selection process. People know what they're getting into, but it's more of the, when 200 people or so, just short of 200 people turn up on day one, and you're looking around going, statistically about, 6 to 12 people are going to graduate out of this.
So you get about a 5% chance of making
and sometimes it's bigger courses, sometimes it's smaller, but like pass. But you're looking around and you're thinking, who's going to pass? Am I going to be one of these? Is there someone else? And you're weighing it up and just getting the measure of people, I suppose. And then
So
it starts.
That's roughly a 5% success rate.
I believe so. That's what it should be.
How many people came out with you?
Well, we had quite a big course, so it must have been easy. So it's like, I think 18 graduated.
18 came out?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. At what point do you figure
Out of
out
200.
if you're going SAS or SBS?
Beforehand.
200.
Before,
Yeah,
so you
that-
know what you're trying out for
Yeah,
beforehand.
yeah.
They don't.
They don't put you into a box and say you would actually be better in the SBS, and it's that's you put in for service in the SS. That may have changed now. I'm not sure. I'm out of the loop somewhat. But,
So what happens if they have a class where everybody wants to go SAS?
that's it.
And nobody wants to go
sometimes there's been
SBS.
courses where just one person has passed.
No
Or
shit.
two people, I think was one. So it's like, yeah,
Interesting. Well, how do they fill billets?
that could be a potential problem. Is I'm out of the loop now. So the big problem is we have a lot of people. I think people are leaving now because of the war on terror is finished. So so there tends to be people leaving, and sometimes the more people are leaving than coming in is a
Man,
is a problem.
it's really interesting just to see. It's we're gonna go off on a tangent here, so get ready. But it's really interesting to me to watch special operations, the tip of the spear, globally, just diminish.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean Ryan.
Oh wow,
Click
is that
here
like
to
the ratings
subscribe to the
can
Sean Ryan Show.
Yeah, I think
people are no longer enrolling as they used to because of the
currently now the world is in a state of peace. Not mine. I think from the time of the interview, that's what I'm referring to. But I think currently now that there is a bit tension in the air. I
Birmingham
think
war.
you understand, but during the time of peace, what is a soldier to do? Nothing.
No, not actually nothing, but not actually. It's their duty then wasn't like life cost. Then there's not like a big battle you have to fight like in the
Yeah,
World War
that's the
Two,
thing. When there
and
is
it's lives.
war or when there is conflict, there is high demand for people to actually come to the defense of the nation. But when there is nothing there, that's why you're seeing the decline. Now, it's not like there is no more action, you understand? Just that it is not, how will you put it? If before the army requires at least 20,000 soldiers every 3 months,
Mm.
but because it is during the time of peace, they might reduce it to 10,000.
Okay.
I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. Now, they have reduced the amount because they know they don't need this amount now. And recruiting 20,000 every 3 months or every 6 months is also that is money, that is budget, that is expense. Do you understand? And they might deem it unnecessary because, oh, why are we paying this expense when there is no actual conflict and stuff
Okay.
like that? So
Okay.
that is the way I think, or one of the things that is affected. Like you had the interviewer say, he said, because during this, there is no more war, there is decline in the numbers.
Okay.
So I don't think it's because people are no longer signing up for it, but the slot made available for it has diminished.
But I think the slot currently as it is now will be higher.
Yeah, because of the tension in the air,
Yeah.
and I'm really hoping that the tension do come down
Yeah. Subside.
because the things we've seen about World War I, World War II are no joke, no joke for real.
Let us know what you think about this video down below. Do not forget to like, subscribe. We love you guys, and bye.